Hey, I have my first selling books in person thing tomorrow / this weekend, so I'm gonna film how it goes. I am pretty nervous, as most people would be. Basically, I'm just going downtown and setting up a table. As far as I know, I don't need any permits or anything. Like, I have my business license and all of that stuff, but I don't need any selling on the street permit because of the Constitution. That's as far as I know regarding books. So there's a little hint of nervousness where I'm like, you know, the cops are going to shut me down, but hopefully not. And I don't think legally they can, but like I said, I don't really know much about this. So let me walk you through what I've done so far. Here's what my setup looks like so far. This is like the rough draft of it. I have a table I'm going to set up and a tablecloth, and then I'm going to put all of that stuff on top of it, obviously. I've had some ideas for like engagement with people on the street / sidewalk, but I don't think I'm going to put any into practice this time. I've told a bunch of my acquaintances that I'm going to be downtown, so hopefully they show up. I told them they don't need to buy any books, they just need to be there for me because I'm very nervous. But hopefully it goes well. I really don't have that many books to sell. I wasn't trying to stack up a large inventory yet. But, you know, fingers crossed, maybe we'll sell out of the handful of books I have, and then we can order some more and go back downtown. Right now I have most of my days free, so I'm hoping that this can be something I can do during the day while, you know, writing my next book and all of that stuff. But I will see you guys tomorrow when I'm down there setting everything up. So I put everything in my car, everything I needed for the table. This is my table and my chair. And, you know, went downtown. Here's what it looks like all set up. So this is what I wore today to sell my books out in public. First 10 minutes, I had someone come up and buy a book, and that was pretty crazy. I was pretty caught off guard. So, and then a few minutes after that, I had this big group of girls come up, and they bought 3 books as well. So I had already sold half my books in the first 30 minutes, which is crazy, and I really appreciate them. I really appreciate everyone who came up today. Even if you didn't buy a book and you looked at it and you're like, it's not really for me, I still appreciate you. So if you're nervous about doing this, the main idea of what I want you to get from this video is that people are probably going to buy your book. My goal for today was just to sell 1 book, and I sold half of my books. To be fair, I didn't really have that many books to sell, but, you know, you can be nervous. I was pretty nervous. Words can't describe how nervous I was before I went out there. And then I sat down, I had my book, everything was fine. Everything was fine. So I really encourage you to do this in whatever city you're in. People like to support local authors, I think. I'm going to be out again on, today's Friday, I'm going to be out again on Sunday. I think it's going to be a better crowd for book things, so we'll see how that goes, and I will update you guys as well. So I do want to talk real quick about everything I was doing with my setup. You can kind of see from the videos that I've already shown you, but basically I had my table, I had a tablecloth, I had all my books, and kind of how that was. I don't know if I've covered it yet, but I wanted it to be very low pressure. I didn't want anyone to feel like they had to buy anything, because I wanted people to feel comfortable coming up to the table, even if they were like, oh, that's okay, that's not for me. So I had my own book out there, and I was kind of sitting back in, I would have liked to have been farther away from my table, just so that pressure was less, but, you know, how it goes. I do have some ideas for the future of how to get more engagement without adding pressure, because obviously I could be full salesman and I could be like, hey, you interested in books? I have books, you know, that whole deal. So I think next month I'll probably have like a bowl of Halloween candy I'm going to give out. some candy canes for December, that kind of thing. I have some street ideas, like maybe a poll, like, you know, people love giving their opinions, so be like, here, give your opinion to the world. There are also books here. That's what I'm going to try and do in the future, but the main goal of this today was to get the first one out of the way so that in the future I feel more comfortable doing this, because I think it was very successful and I feel very proud of how it went today. I am going to be doing some organized signings, like at a library, at a Starbucks, so I'll probably also make videos about that, but this was kind of a separate genre area, so I wanted to make a video about it, and also kind of prepare me for those signings. You know, a baby step. No pressure step. I'm going to give you guys an update about how Sunday goes, so you'll get a Friday and a Sunday kind of throughout the weekend, how it goes. I only have 4 books to sell now, which is fine. I don't have time to order more, obviously, before Sunday. They won't come in, but we'll see how it goes. I'm excited. Alright, we're back in the car for Sunday. I'm super tired. I don't know what. But we're gonna head downtown. I've got all my stuff packed up. I have some friends who are gonna come see me. I only have 4 books left, so we'll see what happens. I have a lot to do straight after, so I won't be able to be out there for very long.
So, same setup as Friday. It was a little slower than Friday. But this is the book I was talking about bringing, so people weren't that pressured to talk to me.
I wanted to film immediately after just so you could see how sweaty I was. I did, so on the way there, I was hoping to find some close parking. I did not find parking. I think I'm like 4 or 5 blocks away, which I had my box in one hand and table in another hand, so my arms are pumped. I had to carry it there. I was dreading carrying it back. I didn't realize the table was that heavy, but I had some friends show up today. Like I said, I had one friend buy 2 books for me, then I had another friend come and buy 1 book, so I only got 1 book left to sell, but I do have to leave. I have to go teach one of my aerial classes, but that friend helped me carry my table back to my car, so very, very grateful I didn't have to do that. So overall, I would say great weekend. Very proud of myself for trying it out. I will probably do it again, and I can't wait until I have a lot more books on my table. That will also be really cool. I am working on first draft of a duology right now, which should be out in a few months hopefully, so I'm really excited to also have that on my table. Thank you guys for following along this weekend. I hope this was useful. Let me know if you have any more questions in the comments.